The Interlink System. This is a marvellous method of attaching a hair system to a client without the use of tape or glue. You use little links, the same that you would use for link hair extensions, which is another course we do on that method. However, the logic is we sew them on around the perimeter every ½ inch, and then you'll see we will be taking the hair through the link, and then with our crimpers, specially crafted crimpers, we would then press the links tightly. Now the beauty with that system is it holds superbly well. It's very flat. Also, the scalp will breathe a little bit better than if you're using glue or the tape system, because there are gaps between each connection. And also, you know, sometimes if a client's got a system on their head for many weeks, the scalp gets a bit dry and a bit itchy. Well, actually, you can then get your finger in here and you can get a good scratch. You can actually even shampoo under your head. So this is a very, very good system, and then to remove the system only takes 15 minutes. And then you simply, after about 6 weeks, you'll take it off because it needs maintenance. Obviously, if the hair's grown about 3/4 inch in 6 weeks, it's going to loosen. But then you just simply reapply it, tighten up, and that's it. It's marvellous. It's also a very, very good system. For example, you can do closures, volumizers. The larger the area you want to fix with the Interlink system, it's very, very good to make sure, rather than just putting your links around the circumference, put some another strip here, and if it's even larger, another strip here of links vertically in the same shape as the front. So then you would fix the very front, then you would peel it down, fix the next panel, and then pull down, and then you do the circumference. It's also a marvellous way. For example, let us just say, very sadly, a client, she's lost, let's say, the first 3 inches of our hairline. It's receded 3 inches. Now, at the moment, what we can do is we can create a hairpiece here, and up till now, the only way of fixing it is either using tape or glue. However, though, you can mix and match these systems. So in other words, where the system in the front meets any of your own hair, there you can add your links. So if it's like, say, here to the back, you would add your links every ½ inch vertically to the edge, and then you would apply wherever links are here, and then wherever there's no hair at all, you have to use tape or glue. The beauty is this. First of all, you're only taping or gluing only wherever you really, really have to. Secondly, though, that it gives a client, in my opinion, far more confidence, because if after a while the tape or glue is lifting after a few weeks, because obviously everyone's different. Some people sweat or a lot more frequent than others. Some people have got far, far more oilier skin than others. But at least the client knows it is not going to come off, because whatever happens, it might lift a bit here, but they just replace a bit of tape or glue, but at least it is staying on. And the most important thing of all, there is no damage to the client's existing hair, and it's very flat and very, very comfortable. You would use this method for any size of hairpiece you want to put on. As you can see, we have links all the way around. We sew these links on using a very strong thread, like, for example, buttonhole thread. Just open them up a little bit. Now, this is a very special tool. As you can see, you have here a cut out, and then a V around the, or a U. The whole idea, we take the hair through the link, and as it comes through, we then place on and squeeze. The pins are to, when you're removing, you literally go around and we literally just put the pins into the link and it will just slides off. That is it. So, first thing we do is we place our system. So it's perfect for a closure, for example. Now, what we do, we take a clip, and the first thing we do, we start from the front. Take away from it. We start from the front. So what we would now do is we place our threader through the link. Okay? Like that. Now, the next thing we do is wherever we want to start placing the system, you have to make clean sections. It's obviously a lot more difficult than a dummy, but we'll at least show you the gist of what we're doing. So let's take this hair away. And we're going to start over here. Now, what is very, very important is we don't want tension on where we're taking the hair. We want the piece to lay on rather than being pulled. Let me explain what I mean. If I now take this section here, I'll take a section, quite a lot of hair like that. The reason I take quite a bit of hair, like a sort of a soft U, the reason why I take a lot of hair is because I get a good fixing. In other words, if the lady's got very, very, very fine hair and it's very spaced, you have to take a wide area. You won't get enough hair to go into the link. And also, if she is losing hair, then just by sheer unfortunate luck, if she's losing hair, then over a short period of time, the system can come a bit loose, quite obviously, because where you've attached the system to some of her hair, that hair sheds and it comes loose. So, what we now do is we thread the hair through the loop, and we literally pull the hair through the link, like that. Now, what we're going to do now is not to place it here, let me show you, there, because there we have tension. So any stray hairs, to create a nice clean finish, we take those away. Like that. And we want the link to lay there. So in other words, the tip of the link to lay at the beginning of the section you've taken. Not on the top of it, at the bottom, so at the beginning of the section you've taken. Got that? Right. Now, we take these crimpers and we place it down like that. Now, it's very, very important you then rest it flat to the head. Now we start, we've done that one, now we go on to this one. So again, what we're now going to do is poke the threader through. Like that. Okay? we now decide exactly where we want it to place, where it's sitting. It's sitting literally there. That's where it's sitting. So what we're going to do, we're going to take hair from just in front this time of the link, just here, like so. And we're going to literally take the hair into the threader, as much, into the threader, like that. We now will pull the hair through the link, like that. When we get to there, we literally will take our crimpers and we will, I'll go around here so I can get an angle. There we go, and we literally will press. Now we go again here, underneath again. And you'll see after this, I'm going to be changing it around. So that's the hair we're going to take. There. Yes? So. Take our hair, make sure we haven't got any excess, so the amount of hair we're taking is literally sitting in front of the link. So because we don't want to pull from other areas and therefore create a form, we could create traction alopecia. We do not want to do that. Take the hair through the loop and now pull the hair through the link, like so. Place the link into the pliers, crimpers, press. Very easy. Now you can start to see how that's sitting nicely. There's no stress. It's sitting where it should do. Literally where the piece is sitting, hence it is sitting onto the client's own hair, right above it. So it's not being pulled from other areas and therefore you're going to get tension on the hair. You don't want that. Start to see how the hairpiece is nicely sitting. Now, for the sides and the back, now we work going outside. The reason for that, we can't get inside now because we're moving up here and you literally can't get inside. So just the very front you do from the inside. So the beauty then, it's sitting much neater here. And then here, we start to work out. So what we literally do is we lift up, like so. Now, most important thing now, to make sure that we take hair from directly below the link. Place there. So then we take this hair away, which is behind the link, where it's sitting. Okay. Like that. Then we take our threader once again. Take it through the link. hair through the link. Like that. It's sitting beautifully there. There's no stress because it's coming from literally where the link is beginning. If you do see any hairs from in front of the link, then literally before you do any crimping, you literally will take like so. So it's laying absolutely square. Like that. Can you see it's absolutely square? So there's literally no tension at all. Same thing now. Again, we just keep moving around. Make sure where it's sitting very flat, very, very flat. And where it's sitting, it's like that. Made a parting. And now that's the hair I wish to take. There. I now take my threader again. And just poke it through the actual link. Like so. Pull it through a little bit. So you've got enough to see and take the piece through. That's where we're laying flat. Now, I want to take my section of hair, so be very, very careful again. That's where we're laying there, just there nicely. Okay, so now we'll take the hair like so. There's my section of hair. I now will take my threader, loop the hair through the threader, and literally take your threader through the link above it, like this. If it needs to be a bit more open, the link, you literally just open it up. There you go. And through she goes. Okay, look how nice it's laying there. And again, just double check and make sure there's no stray ends. Right here, can you see? There's no stray ends sitting, or just one or two there. Obviously, on a human head, it's a lot easier because this there's no logic to how this hair has been added onto a dummy. So it's a lot easier. Right, so again, we just simply take our pliers and press. If you look and you think, now, I don't quite like that, I want to adjust it. When you have glue or tape, you are stuck, quite literally, you're in trouble. With the link system, all we do is very simple. You think, I don't like that. And all we then do is we take our pins and we literally go into our links like so and open it up and take it out. Marvellous. And then we just re-flatten it there. We just reposition it like so. Very important, may I say to you, to give a little tug, to make sure you've got here, here, and here at the moment. To make sure that you've got tensions laying flat. Don't pull too much, otherwise you'll get buckle on that side. Just a little tug to make sure it is flat, which it is at the moment. We then take hair, again the same routine. Move the hair from well behind the link away, so we know it's laying flat. We then take a section, like so. Again, take your threader and pull. Now, before you pull it all through, again check to make sure that you haven't got, you see at the moment, that's coming way down there. I don't like those hairs. I'm going to get buckled. So I just start to take them very carefully away until I'm satisfied that I'm only taking hair from directly below the actual link. Like that. And now I'm happy, and that's laying beautifully. Okay, that's really, really flat. Really flat. Now we'll carry on. Now we go like so, further back here. So again, the same full eyes. A little tug, not too much, to want this to lay. Right. And we'll just see with that slight little tug how it's falling. It's falling just over here. So again, let's get rid of that hair, make a little parting. Like this. Now you can see it's going to sit on all that hair, isn't it? So, again, place the link, the threaded through the link, like so. Now, again, we take the hair, which will be this hair here, just below. Okay, we take that, take it through our threader, and now we take the hair, make sure there's no stray hairs anywhere, and we're about to go up again. Now I can just see one or two little hairs I'm not happy with, just those. And now watch, I pull through, little tug. It's very, very important when you use your crimpers, don't do it up here. You take the link into your crimpers, turn it flat to the head. Okay? Very much when you're doing hair extensions, when you connect hair extensions, you're always doing flat to the head, always. Laying beautifully. So again, we move the hair away to create our parting. I'd say the reason for that, if I don't do that, it's probably 50% certain I will take hair from way behind there and it could pull the lady's hair out, everything. And that's just what we don't do, because remember, the reason why people want polymers is because they haven't got much hair in the first place. We don't want to make more troubles. So, like so. Now, push that hair away. We're going to take from here again. So, let's see what we do here. Again, let's take our threader. Like this. And we just poke it through the link. Like that. And the little tug, so we know it's flat, but it's not lifting there. If it's too much, I can feel it suddenly bulked up there for some tension. Just a little tug, so this lays flat. Don't want any buckles or lift or anything. Just there. Now we take our section again. Like so. Take our threader, take the hair through the threader, like so. Now I can see there's one or two little stray hairs. Let's get rid of those so it's laying really very neatly. And now we just go like so. Beautiful. Perfect. And I just get my crimpers. And again, when I do that, I hold the hair. The actual hair itself, I pull through can you see I pull through the link, and then I take my pliers like so, rest the link into into that cutout, take the pliers flat to the head. This is the key. If you do it there, it's not going to lay flat. I want to lay as flat to that head as is possible. And I squeeze. Now I have a lovely volumizer. And look how strong that is. I am really giving that a tug and a half. That is going nowhere. We talked about a larger piece. And the idea of the larger piece was called a crown volumizing extension system. Now, the idea being then, because it's much larger, you need a lot more connections, quite obviously. So this is what you would do. You would sew your links, again the front, every half, 3/4 of an inch, there, there. I want you also to make sure you sew them right, well, as close as you can, let me say, to the edge of the volumizer. So that if you, for example, if you do it, the links to say there, then that can flip over. So obviously if we take it as much edge as possible, the edges are going to lay flat. But the key really is this. This is our front. So you would rest or attach links every half, 3/4 of an inch, around there. And then in fact you do that all the way around. But because the piece is a lot larger, you really want to make sure the whole piece is going to lay very flat to the head. And as the hair grows, you don't want it to lift. So what I do is, depending on the size of the system, I would add another row of links through the middle. So in other words, you've got attachments here and all the way around, and then through here as well. So, so basically, the whole system will lay flat, but will have great connections everywhere. So this won't lift after a while. The larger the piece you go, so in other words, I'm doing on someone tomorrow a piece which is going to go here. It's almost a full wig. So you can do a full wig on the person. With that, I would always suggest you do all the way around, then a row there. So in other words, about every 2 to 3 inches, do another row. So do another row there, through the middle. So if it's a whole wig, you're going all the way around, and here all the way around, and so on and so forth. And therefore, with that, the way you would apply that is, you would then go, remember how we started with this, from inside, yes? Meaning, we, here is our link, and effectively we made our section outside the piece, there, to bring that hair through the link, and here through the link, through the link. Then you carry on where you've got more links, the same rule applies. So that way the hair is going underneath. And then carry on. And then yes, if you're doing a whole template, like so. So in other words, yes, you can apply a full wig like this. You don't use braiding or anything. And you would carry on putting rows every 2 to 3 inches there, another row there, another row there. And you would therefore, again the same rule, you fold it up and you just carry on, start working like so, doing your links. Then you fold it back down to the next row, and again take the hair through this way. So what that means is you'll have your link will be there vertically, so you're taking the hair from you're always taking from behind the top of your link. So there is your link. You take it from behind there, this way, yes? And then obviously what I would then do, I would do one more row. I would do, as it's a whole head, I do one more row around the back of the crown. So it's really very firm. And only then, when you come to the circumference around the sides, that's when you start to go downwards there. Again, your links will be vertically. So you would, like I showed you for this area here, you take from always from behind the actual link itself. Now, to remove it is very, very, very quick, and there's no damage whatsoever. All we do is very simple. We just go through everywhere with our pliers open and out. Here, let's go right through. Look at this. We're just literally taking them out with our crimpers, just going literally all the way around, taking the hair out. And then obviously when we get into the front part, where the hair came from a slightly different direction, we will just take the hair out from below, like this, just easing it out, have to pull, and like this. Last one over here. Again, you always put your crimpers in from the point to the base of the link. We've not taken any of the client's hair. Look, perfect. And then you can reuse. All you would do after about 2 or 3 maintenances, you might find it coming a bit loose. You just re-sew them. And if after a while some of the links have had it, you just replace the links. It's very, very easy. So that is the Interlink system, which you can, so a method by which you can do any size of polyester or even a full wig. The other thing to say is that this will then stay on the lady's head for really, I would say 6 weeks at a time. If you leave it any longer than 6 weeks, obviously it's attached to the hair. Based on the premise that hair grows around ½ inch a month, you've got 3/4 inch hair growth, so it's obviously going to start becoming loose, and that's when you need to do maintenance. If you wish to attach a system with tape or glue, not using the Interlink system, when you apply lace to a scalp, be it the forehead or anywhere else, first of all, a little trick that works for me. You would apply clear drying, it's very important, clear drying lace glue very lightly onto the underneath of the lace, the part which will actually meet the scalp, and let it get tacky. What this will help to do is to seal the lace. The beauty then is you then put your clear drying glue onto the area you're going to stick the system to. Let that get slimy The reason for that, if you don't allow either of those to get tacky, when you press down, the glue will seep through the lace onto the hair and then it's just a mess. So it's a very clever way of first of all sealing the lace tacky but only lightly, and even the glue you put on the head, let that get tacky as well. It's really not going to stick properly till it's quite tacky anyway. Then, it's important to create with a white pencil exactly the point you want to stick. And in fact, I would actually draw the hairline where you want it to go. It doesn't matter whether you're doing just sticking a lace front or a whole system on a man. It really doesn't matter. This is the rule of thumb you should go. To find the point there where it is the natural point of the hairline, which is obviously gone, you're replacing it, I generally do 4 fingers over the bridge of the nose. If they've got particularly high forehead or a large forehead, then and you feel the 4 fingers are still not got anywhere near, then ask them to frown like that. Then your 4 finger will always go in the right place. You place down and then tightly, but not too tight again, you don't want it seeping through, but just enough to make sure it's flat and nice. Roll it back, roll it back, roll it back. Quite a good idea for using tape is tape doesn't always stick very well to lace. So again, you could use your clear drying lace glue on the lace first and then put tape if you like. Or another thing you can do actually, which is quite useful, if you're going to apply tape to PU, polyurethane edging, you can buy red tape, put that on the edging, and then take the backing off, then put the tape on. The beauty is that when you're going to do maintenance, you just strip off the first level of tape, leaving the red tape. It's very easy then, it's easy to peel off that red tape and use the red tape as a backing. So for cleaning purposes, it makes life so much